Hey, hello everyone, and welcome to another session. Of course, another fantastic session, another amazing session, a session where we get to understand what crypto really is about and what forex is about as well. Because understanding is one key thing for people looking to get into the space. For those of us looking to invest into the space, it's going to be a great one, like I said earlier. And today, what we're actually going to be taking a look at is we're going to be answering a question. We will be asking a question. And what is that question? The question is crypto, what is the truth about crypto? Is it really a investment? Is it a real investment or is it just hype? Many of us, we hear things about crypto from day to day. We hear things like, oh, crypto is this amazing place that you go to put your money and you get fantastic returns. Or you hear things like, oh, crypto is this place that you put your money and you lose your money in a day. Which is correct? Is it A or is it B? Is it the former or is it the latter? That's what we're going to understand today. That's what we're going to figure out today. I'm Isisa Malaho, and I'm the founder of Kleinel. And of course, we are going to have a great time. We're going to have a fantastic session that I can tell you for a fact. So we don't waste time. So we just get into things. Yeah, what are we taking a look at? We're understanding the truth about crypto. Is it a real investment or just hype? Okay, the truth about crypto, is it a real investment or just hype? But first thing first, probably this is the first time you're joining a Kleinial session, and you need to have an understanding about what we do at Kleinial, what Kleinial is about, what we strive to achieve. Yeah, so Kleinial is a network company that is uh, um, uh, Kleinial is a network company that's dedicated to ensuring you get the right knowledge from Web3 to crypto to Forex, all of that. Because the reason why we started Kleinial was that we saw that so many people are looking to get into the space, but there's no right platform out there. There's no right education for what crypto is about, for what forex is about. What you hear things like, oh, just join this Telegram group and or buy this coin or just follow this, follow that. You just see people that give this that give this impression that they've made a lot of money in crypto, they've made a lot of money via trading in forex, and that you can as well, and that all you need to do is just put your money somewhere and you get returns, when that is really not the case. So that's the reason why we started Cloud now, to ensure that you get the real education, that you understand that crypto, forex, web3 is actually a tech skill. It's like when you're looking to transition into tech. So you need to have an understanding about all of these things. You need to have an understanding about the skills, the tools for you to be able to function as a sports analyst, as a crypto analyst, or as a forex analyst. So that's what we do at Kleinial. That's what we are about. But moving on, because there's something that we are interested in today. That's the reason why I'm here. That's the reason why you're here. That's the reason why each and every one of us are currently on the call. That's the reason why we are all in the session at the moment. And what is that? We're yet to answer a question. Is cryptocurrency really worth it? Because of course the topic of the session is the truth about crypto. Is it an investment or is it just hype? Is it an investment or just hype? So the first question that we'll really have to answer is crypto worth it? Is it something that you should even get into? And the approach that we're going to take today is an approach that comes from a factual nature. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about the fact that we are going to take a look at facts. We are going to go out there and take a look at different report publications that have been made on this topic. So I'm not just going to come here and tell you my own opinion. No, we're going to take a look at what others have seen, and then we'll take a look at some facts from the federal government as well. That's some facts from the federal government of Nigeria, if you are in Nigeria, of course. And then I would also give my opinion. And from that, we'll be able to make a decision. We'll be able to have a consensus about crypto. That is it really a form of investment or is it just hype? So, moving forward, like I said, the first thing we're going to do is take a look at different publications. Okay, so this slide contains a lot of information. So if you know that you're going to need access to, if you know you're going to need access to the slides and to the recording of this session and all of that, please ensure you fill the attendance form. Okay, please ensure you fill the attendance form so you get access to all of this. You get access to the to the get access to the recording, you get access to the slides as well. Okay, so again, what question are we answering? We're answering, is cryptocurrency really worth it? Okay, is cryptocurrency really worth it? Just give me a moment. Okay, yeah. So is cryptocurrency really worth it? That's what we're taking a look at again. I'm just trying to. Um, all right, yeah. So that's the question we're answering. So the first thing we take a look at is some publications. Like I said, we'll take a look at some publications, and these are not just things from me. You can get access to these publications. You can get access to these articles by just clicking on this link. Okay, the link is click to read more, and you'll be able to read up on all of these things. But from some publications from reputable organizations, you can see, yeah, over here it says, is cryptocurrency really a good investment? And what we take a look at, you see some key highlights. It says cryptocurrency can actually be a great investment, can be a great investment with astronomically high returns overnight. Okay, cryptocurrency can be a great investment with astronomically. Do you know the meaning of astronomical? Astronomical means something that's out of this world. So that means you can get returns that are out of this world overnight. But it doesn't just end there. That's not where the publication stops. So many people will just go ahead and tell you that fact and end at that point, when that is not the end of the entire discourse. Or you also see something that says, however, there's also a considerable downside. So, what have we been able to establish from the very first thing that we've taken a look at? We've been able to see that cryptocurrency, yes, it can be a great investment. It can be a great investment that would take you from where you are at the moment to where you want to be. That would help you to be able to achieve your goals. That would help you to be able to achieve your dreams. But there's also another side of things. It can also have a considerable downside. That's number one. And of course, you also have things like investors need to analyze for you to be able to succeed. This is not me saying this, okay? You can click on this link and it will open up the publication for you. Okay, so once you get access to the slides, just click on the link to read more, and all of this, the publication will be open so you can read upon all of those things. Okay, so it says that investors need to actually analyze whether their time, horizon, risk tolerance, and liquidity requirements actually fit their investor profile. That's before you go ahead to invest, before you go ahead to buy a coin, before you go ahead to put money into it. There's a lot of work that you have to do. It's not just going to install Binance or whatever exchange platform is out there and then you start trading immediately. There are a lot of things that you have to do to ensure that you actually fall in the first side, that's the side of astronomically high returns overnight, and you don't fall on the other side, and the other side being the considerable downside. And we'll talk about what considerable downside actually means, what that means, okay, in due time. But moving on, another publication. So we could take a look at different organization, because if you're familiar with science, maybe you did science in school, you would understand experiments, and that when you're trying to carry out an experiment, you need to have multiple samples. Your sample size has to be large, okay, so you can use that to make an inference. Now, I'm not saying it's large, but yeah, two is better than one. But you can always check these things out yourself. That's this publications, right? So we can see another day. It says that the cryptocurrency basics, the pros, cons, and how it works, and that cryptocurrency is actually a volatile investment, but in the long term, okay, it's a volatile investment, but in the long term, we've had situations where many coins have risen in value considerably. And of course, everyone knows about Bitcoin, and that's just one of them. For example, Bitcoin price is roughly tenfolded over the last 5 years. Despite several bull and bear markets over time. And we'll talk about what bull and bear means. Okay, just hang on. It is topped over $100,000, not in there, $100,000 for the first time in December 2024. That's in December 2024 last year. Bitcoin was over $100,000. And it has fallen below that level, though. At the moment, Bitcoin is around $70,000 to $80,000. Okay, but still considerably higher than what it was the past 5 years. So we've been able to see some things. We've been able to see some publications out there about, is cryptocurrency really a good investment or not? We've been able to make that inference. But it doesn't end here. From this, you can see that yes, it is a good investment. It's something that many people are benefiting from. But like we've also been able to see, there are actually another part. Remember, the topic for today is what's the truth about cryptocurrency? Is it a real investment or is it just hype? Is it a real investment or just hype? That's what we're trying to figure out. So we've been able to see it's a real investment. But what are the downsides? Are the downsides? So that's something else that we have to take a look at. And then that's where we come into the risks. With crypto, it's very, very easy for you to make a lot of money overnight, as we saw from the publication by the BNL. That's not from Kleiniel. That's not a publication from iSociety. You can check up on that, right? So you can see that you can make a lot of money overnight, really. But that's not the only thing. There's different kinds of risks. Okay, there are different kinds of risks, and in crypto, you don't hear this everywhere. You only hear this from Clanio. When you want to trade forex, so when you want to trade crypto, it's a kind of investment. It's you are investing in something. It's like when you want to buy a piece of land, you are investing in that land. And just like every investment, there's actually a risk factor involved in every investment. Never investment, there is a risk factor involved. You have two kinds of risks. You have the conservative risks, you have the moderate, and you have the aggressive. The conservative risks is risks that the chance of you making a lot of money in a short time is minimal. For you to make good money in conservative investment, you have to spend a lot of time. Okay, you have to spend a long period of time to get returns, and the chance of you losing your money is next to zero. It's very slim. The chance of you losing your money is very slim. But for you to get good returns, you have to wait a long period of time. So if you go and buy land, you need to spend a long period. You need to wait a long period, years and years and years for you to get good returns on that land. And the chance of you losing your money from that land is very, very small, except maybe you go buy land in a place that's susceptible to environmental disasters, from erosion to gullies and so on. Okay, so that would make the price of your land reduce, but that is very rare. Most times it appreciates over time. So that's conservative. Conservative kind of investment that you can go into, you can put in your money. The time the it's going to the chance of you losing your money is small, but for you to make good returns, it's very, very, you have to spend time. Other kinds of conservative investment, for example, if you're looking into your retirement account, that's from in the US, for example, the S&P 500, or in Nigeria, for the Nigeria stock market, where you have the mutual funds and also the M&T Nigerian something. Apologies if I've gotten the name wrong, but yeah. So for those kind of accounts where the chance of you losing your money is small, but for you to for you to have good returns, for you to appreciate well, you have to spend time. Whereby for some investments you could get maybe 20% in 1 year. So if you invest 100,000, and then at the end of the year, okay, 1 year, not 2 days or 30 days, at the end of the year you get 20%. So you get, if you invest 100,000, at the end of the year you get 220,000. So that's a kind of conservative investment. So there are several conservative investments, and then you have the aggressive. The aggressive kinds of investment that you need to actually, that you can get high returns very, very easily. Let's say in 1 week you can get 50% returns, or 1 month you can get 40%, 50%, 200%, 1000% returns in 1 month, in 2 months. But then the chance of you losing your money is equally as high. Okay, the chance of you losing your money is equally as high. And examples of aggressive, and now when you talk about your trading stocks, okay, when you talk about your stocks, when you talk about crypto is also, crypto falls into different sections. Okay, you have conservative crypto when you're talking about your stable coins, and then you have like the aggressive ones when like we'll talk about all of that. Okay, but yeah, then you also have, so that's aggressive. You can make a lot of money in a short time, but there's also a very high chance of you losing your money. That's, the market is volatile. And then you have moderate. Moderate is at the middle of conservative and aggressive. Anyone that tells you that you can get 100% returns without, let's say, in a short period of time, for example 30 days, you can get 100% returns with close to 0% chance of you losing your money, is that's a scam. And I'm sure we all understand. We've for the past couple of weeks, everyone heard about the CBEX scam, and that was apparently it said CBEX is a trading platform that trade AI trades for you. All of that is BS. Okay, that that's not what trading is. That's not the way trading works, and that's why Kleiner is here to actually show you how you can trade. It's not just you put your money and AI trades for you. There's nothing like that. Okay, so apparently for CBEX, they said that you get 100%. So if you put in 100,000, you get 200,000. If you put a million, you get 2 million in 1 month, and without risks. Okay, that is only going to be sure that there's nothing like that. Once you see something like that, what do? You have to run away. That's a scam, and that's what we also educate people on Clinium, that outside in file all of the scams and things like that. So again, when you have good chance of making lots of money in a short period of time, you also have a good chance of losing lots of money. So the loss might not be 100%. So maybe instead of, let's say, you invest money today, and let's say you invest money in stocks or whatever today, next week you could have lost maybe 10%. You could have lost 50%, depending on the market. Like just like if you've been following the US, if you follow the news, that's the US market, where the president of the United States of America, talking about Donald J. Trump, when he started sending tariffs to different countries, increasing tariffs, what happened to the stock market? It dipped. So the stock market lost over $1 trillion, right? And that meant loss of money. So let's say you just bought stocks today, and tomorrow Donald Trump increased tariffs. What would happen? You'd lose a lot of money. Okay, you'd lose a lot of money. And then when Donald Trump decided that, okay, I'm going to pause tariffs on different countries, what did we see? The stock market went up. So that means your profits that means your stocks would also go up in price. So that's the way it works. So it's not just you're not going to lose money. There's nothing like that. So that's one thing that you have to understand. And of course, you have prices fluctuate. Wrong trades can lead to losses. Okay, prices fluctuate. So today it could be this amount, tomorrow it could be this amount. So wrong trades can lead to losses. And forex, crypto, all of this, it is not a get rich quick scheme. Anyone that tells you, oh, this is how you can get rich, it's a lie. Now, I'm not saying you cannot get rich via forex. Trust me, you can. I understand that, having been able to also experience this as well. But it's not a get rich quick schemes are like sure deal. Like once you just put in, you're gonna be a millionaire overnight. That's not the way forex works. You have to get the skills, you have to practice over time before you are able to achieve your goal of getting that order stream of passive income, right? So you need learning, you need experience. You don't just put your money in a platform and AI would would trade for you, and that you're not going to lose any money. That does not happen. So we've been able to see, is crypto, what's the truth about crypto? Is it a real investment, or is it a real investment, or is it just hype? So we've seen it's actually a real investment. It's a real investment. It's not just hype, but there are also downsides, meaning there's a way that you are supposed to navigate through all of this. So now that we've understood certain things, now that we've seen that, yeah, from all of these publications, and I'm not just saying Kleiner. Now, I wanted to use this method so you know that, oh, this is not what Kleiner is just saying. This is not what I said just saying. This is what the market, this is what the general populace are communicating. So what we've been able to see is that we've been able to see that, okay, it's a great investment, and that there are also risks involved. So how then should you make a decision? Should you actually go ahead to now learn the skills? Should you actually go ahead to look at investing into crypto, into forex, now that you've seen that, okay, there are good returns, that you have pros and then you have cons? What should actually influence your decision? Now, before we go into all of that, there's something else I would like to talk about. Most of us on the call right now, we all save, and saving is a great thing. Saving is an amazing thing. Anyone that tells you not to save, that person doesn't know what you're saying. Okay, take it from me. So saving is a great thing. You should always save. But should you save all your income? Because saving is not going to make you rich. Saving won't make you rich. Even if you earn, let's say you earn a million naira every month, and you save, it's still not gonna make you rich. Okay, so, and why is that? That's due to inflation. That's due to inflation. Now, this is a report that was put that's this is a report that was gotten from the Central Bank of Nigeria website. This is not These numbers are not numbers I just came up with. Again, you want access to all of this, fill the form. So once you get access to this, you can just click on the link to take you directly to the website of the Central Bank of Nigeria. So you see all of this. Now, what does this show? This shows the inflation rates within the last couple of months. Okay, from December to January to February. Those are the three records I have here. So you see December, January, February, and of course March, April has been updated on the site as well. You can take a look. And what you'd notice is that there's always inflation. Every country has inflation. Every country has inflation. But it becomes a problem. Most countries try to get 2% inflation per year. That's like the normal. That's like, oh, healthy economy. Okay. So if you feel there's going to be a time where there's not going to be inflation, that's wrong. There will always be inflation. In fact, governments, economics, they want inflation, but inflation in a controlled manner, at least 2% inflation. So whatever it is you got, your a piece of land or whatever it is you got an item today, even when the economy is doing well, in the next 2 years, next 3 years, next 4 years, it's not going to be the same amount because every country is looking to get at least 2% inflation. But now that's normal. In the case of Nigeria and in the case of many countries now, not even Nigeria, it's not normal. Economics are not doing. I'm going to say economy. I'm talking about economics, right? So pardon my pronunciation and all of that. So economics are not doing as well as they should. So what we've seen is that there's an increase in inflation, and these are reports from the Central Bank of Nigeria, right? In Nigeria, in December, taking a look at food items, because food is what everyone buys, right? Taking a look at food items, and you can see that in December, we had a 37% inflation. 37% inflation at food items in December. And then in January, we had a 36% inflation. And in February, 34%. That's amount we were able to bring it down to 34% inflation. Now, what this means is that the price of goods in December and the price of goods in January was increased by 34%. Now you might be wondering, okay, yes, I know that things are getting very expensive in Nigeria, but I don't think 24% is that not too high? No, do the calculation and you're gonna see that's correct. And what also happens most times is that some of the suppliers try to also bear some of the costs because they know that they also want customers to buy. So they bear some of the cost and then start increasing the cost, month by month or day by day, week by week. So this week you come in, you see that there's a 5% increase. The next week, you see there's a 5% increase. The next week, and that's it. But there's always inflation. There's inflation at the moment. Everyone knows that this time last year, the amount you used in buying, let's say, a bag of cement, and right now it's different. The amount you used in buying a bag of rice or a bag of beans, or whatever. So, and right now it's different, and that's due to what? Inflation. That's due to what? That's due to inflation. So you can see there's always inflation. Even if everything goes well, we are going to still have inflation. That's what I'm trying to say. Even if everything goes well, we're going to still have inflation. And what does this now mean for savings? This means that if you save a 1 million naira in the bank right now, so you go to the bank, you save a 1 million naira right now, this time next year, and let's say the bank gives you maybe you save a 1 million naira in the bank and you do not spend. Okay, you do not spend from the money, and then the bank says, "Oh, you did not spend from the money. You've kept the money with us for a while," and they decide to give you a 2% increase, or a 2% increase, or 4% increase. Let's say 5% increase at the end of the year. So that means that you get 1,050,000, if I'm not mistaken, 1,050,000. Now, this time next year, if your 1 million naira could get you 2 bags of cement at this time, by next year it's not going to be able to get you 2 bags. Maybe it's just going to be able to get you 1 bag. So while it might seem that you are saving money, you are actually losing money, because what 1 million could get you today is not the same thing 1 million will get you tomorrow. You get? So you're saving money, but you're losing money. And why is that? That's due to inflation. So again, this is a report from the Central Bank of Nigeria. This is you can get access to this. You can just check it out. Okay, the CBN website. So you see that it's not okay. Yeah. So while saving is great, saving is probably more riskier than you actually investing your money. Does that mean you should not save? Definitely not. But your entire income should not be going into saving. But we'll take a look at other things. We're going to take a look at other things for to actually have an understanding of okay, so how then do we navigate through all of this? But you can see this is a situation from the Central Bank of Nigeria, and just to also buttress some more as to okay, what's the future of crypto? What's the future of forex? Just sometime in March, at the end of March, the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, that's the FGNs, actually signed the ISA 2025 into law. That's the Investment and Securities Act. And what this shows is that now, for the first time ever, Nigeria legally recognizes virtual from digital assets. Okay, for the first time ever, Nigeria recognizes digital assets like cryptocurrencies. And the reason for this is that the government is actually saying that this is a good this an area that so many people are getting into, and we don't want to be left behind. You take a look at many countries, this is not something new, but Nigeria, of course, there was a bit of a delay. If you had spoken, if maybe I had asked you at the start of the year, do you think Nigeria would ever sign cryptocurrency into law? I'm pretty sure the answer will be, oh, definitely not. How is that ever going to happen? But it has happened, and that is to tell you that even when if the government can go ahead to recognize this means that there's actually something there that is worth investigating. So digital assets are not just hype, because you can see even the government has gone ahead to sign this. Digital assets are not just hype. It's actually a reinvestment, but you have the pros and the cons. So now that we've identified all of this, you actually want to get into investment. You want to get into crypto. You want to get into forex, and you've been able to see that. Okay, yes, it's a valid investment. Okay, yes, I don't want to keep all my money in the bank due to inflation and all of that. And okay, yes, I can see that the federal government has actually also signed digital asset into law. For the federal government to be able to recognize this, that means there's something there, because we know that the federal government, they are very, very um what's the word now? They're conservative in their thinking. Okay, I think that's the right word. So all of this. Now I want to get into the space. So how can I now ensure I succeed? I want to get into the space. How can I now ensure that I am actually able to make good returns from this, and I don't end up losing all my money? It's easy. That's the reason why at Kleinel, there's an approach we take. It's called the 6-step approach. Okay, the 6-step approach, where we help you to the approach that we use in helping our participants to move from what they are doing at the moment into into more success. Of course, move from where they are at the moment into something that they're saying that, oh, this is what I want to do. This is the kind of passive income I want to get. And the 6-step strategy has been proven to work due to the numerous people that have been able to help as well. And what does this strategy talk about? What does it talk about? Easy. The first thing that you have to do for you to be able to succeed in trading, either as a sports trader or as a crypto trader, is that you need to identify the path for you. You need to identify the path for you. That is, do you want to be a crypto analyst? Do you want to be a forex analyst? Because they're actually two different things. And that's the reason why we're in the session right now. So we have an understanding about what these two things mean and how you can get started. And then after you've identified the path, you want to go ahead to learn the skills. Forex and crypto are tech skills. It's technology. So you have to learn how to work with these tools. You have to learn how to interact with these tools. You have to have the skills. It is not just you check your phone and then you buy crypto and go and sleep. No, that's like a first step to failure. So you have to learn the skills in the right way. You're not just learning the skills in a Telegram call. You have to learn the skills in a classroom setting where you're on the call, the facilitator is teaching, you are asking questions, you are interacting, you are gaining knowledge. That's what you want to do. So you want to learn the skills. And after you've learned the skills, the next thing you want to do is that you want to ensure you have practice simulations. What are practice simulations? Practice simulations are where you get to test what you've learned without risks. That means you've learned about crypto, you've learned the skills, you've learned how to work with all of those tools. You've learned about Forex, you're working with the tools, you're carrying out your technical analysis, your fundamental analysis, you're carrying out your predictions. Now you've learned, but you don't just want to jump into the market. So what you want to do, you want to practice, whereby you are making your predictions, you're carrying out your analysis based on current markets, and then you get a result. Either you got the trade right or you did not get the trade right. So if you got the trade right, of course that's supposed to mean that you make a profit, but due to the fact that it's a simulation, you are not going to be making a profit. Okay, and vice versa. So if you did not get the trade right, that's you made a loss. In the real market, you would have lost money, but because it's a practice simulation, you wouldn't be losing money. So this, and as you're trading, you're actually trading with real-time data. So it's not like you're trading with just doing mini money move, okay, like a dummy. No, you're actually trading with the real life data. That means that whatever you did in practice simulation, if you had actually carried it out in the real trading, it's the same results that's going to happen based on world events. So you want to ensure that you practice, so you understand, okay, I need to improve on this before you actually jump into the markets. Many people don't do this. Many people don't preach this. People that claim that, oh, I made so much money in crypto, I made so much money in Forex, and you want to learn from them, they don't do all of this. Oh, just go ahead and install this app, join my session when I'm going to trade. I'll show you, click on this, download this, buy coin, and you make money. Again, that's like step one to failure. So you want to ensure you have those practice simulations, and then you have your trading psychology and risk mastery. For you to be able to succeed as a trader, a forex trader, or as a sports trader, you need to ensure that you have the trade psychology and the risk mastery. It's not just enough to get the technical skills. And how will you build this trade psychology and risk mastery? By having one-on-one sessions with experts. And when I mean one-on-one sessions, I mean one-on-one sessions different from your classes. And then you could have live trading analysis where you have on the call, the facilitator is speaking. You want to ensure you have live trading analysis. So you're sharing ideas with the facilitator. The facilitator says, oh, this is what I think, this is what I read in the news, and I feel this with the right trade. And it mentions it's like, oh, but this is what I also saw. And you bring ideas together, not just you're just following someone blindly. No, but you're sharing ideas, and you and the facilitator, and of course the person would determine, okay, what's the best course of action. That way you are learning. You are learning, okay, this is what we should do, this is what we should do. Right? So that's fantastic. And of course, you also want to have navigated financial investments, because something that we ensure all our participants understand is that the fact that you want to be a trader does not mean that you should just first of all quit your 9 to 5. No, don't quit your job. Okay, except maybe, okay, maybe you've been making a lot of money and you want to make other decisions. But first, no, don't quit your job, and you want to ensure you have a great portfolio. So you don't want to have a situation whereby you're putting all your money in crypto, you're putting all your money in Forex, or you're putting all your money in savings. So you want to have a balanced portfolio where you have probably maybe 50% covering your needs at once, 20% going into your savings, maybe another 20% going into your investment, then maybe another 10% going into probably your high yield savings account, which could serve as your retirement account, because you also want to be planning for retirement, right? So all of that. So you want to have a balanced portfolio. You don't just want to take all your money, put it in crypto, or take all your money. No, you want to have a balanced portfolio. So navigating financial investments, you want to ensure you have sessions like that where you're speaking with financial experts such as investment bankers, to brokers, to people that are industry leaders when it comes to the world of finance, telling you, okay, this is the way you should go, this is what you need to do, and of course, mentorship. So all of those things put together is what will help you in gaining the trade psychology and risk mastery. Okay, so in addition to that, you want to also be able to network. So the next step after you've gained trading psychology and risk mastery. So network for you to be able to be in a community, speak with people that are like-minded, people that are looking to achieve what you are looking to achieve. And I'm not talking about the Sigma bros, the 15-year-olds or 16-year-olds that you see on Telegram that tell you, oh, I just made $5 million in crypto. No, but people of like-minded people with like minds, people that also have their 9 to 5, their families, everyone looking at ways that they can also get a trade right, that they can also get that passive income, achieve their goals. People that have similar goals with you, that are communicating, you guys are coming together to see how you can make best of the situation. A community that makes sense. So you want to ensure that you're a part of that, which is the next step. And of course, I talked about the portfolio earlier. You want to have a balanced portfolio in terms of your income. You don't want all your money to be in savings. You don't want all the money to be in crypto. So you want to ensure that you're well diversified, you are well balanced. Because our goal again is to ensure that you understand how you can achieve your goal of generating passive income. And all of these are actually steps for you to succeed. And once you've been able to do all of these things from all of the steps I've mentioned, then you become an expert. So the first step, the second step, third step, fourth, down to the sixth. That's how you become an expert, and you get another stream of income. Okay, so now that I've talked about that, that's the 6 steps. You might be wondering, okay, so I understand you, Aisha. I've heard you, I've listened, but who is a forex analyst? What does forex mean? What does it mean to analyze forex? What is it? Forex and crypto, is it the same thing? A forex analyst is just like a weather forecaster. You've probably heard of weather forecasters, or you've seen weather forecasters. Now, the people that read the weather in the news, those guys are not forecasters, those are newscasters. The weather forecasters are actually scientists that have been able to use different tools, use different kinds of measurements to be able to predict what the weather will be like tomorrow, if it's going to rain, if it's going to be sunny, if it's going to be windy, all of that. So just like the weather forecaster, the forex analyst is also a forecaster, but for currency markets. Okay, for currency markets. So just like the forecaster, the weather forecaster would go ahead to use different tools such as their wind gauge, capture humidity, go to the lab, do some measurements, all those kind of stuff. The forex analyst would also need to carry out those kind of things as well, working with different tools, carrying their technical analysis, their fundamental analysis, their predictions, all of these to ensure that they are able to predict the markets, just like the weather forecaster can predict the weather. Okay, so the forex analysis actually does this for currencies. So everything I've talked about is an example. The forex analyst goes ahead to say, okay, I feel the dollar is going to decrease against the euro, depending on based on current trends or based on what's happening in the US. This is what the president is saying. Oh, I feel the US is going to go into a recession, interest rates are going to be increasing, all of these things. Studies the market and says, oh, I feel the euro is going to go up against the dollar, or the dollar is going to go up against the euro, or the yen is going to go up against the rupee, or currencies. And then we go ahead to use technical analysis, studying charts, studying patterns, also fundamental analysis, studying markets, listening to checking out the news across different countries, and based on all of this, able to make a prediction. Okay, I feel this is what's going to happen. This is what we're going to happen, and then we lock in that trade. And if the trade is right, of course, you make money, and you can also advise other traders, because as a forex analyst, there are different parts that you can work on. Even banks actually employ forex analysts to trade with them full time. So yes, as a forex analyst, you can have a 9 to 5. Okay, I'm not kidding. You can check this out. You can check this out on LinkedIn, Glassdoor, especially Glassdoor. Just search for forex analyst roles, and you see that there are actually companies that are looking to employ forex analysts that will trade for that organization full time. So that's what the forex analyst does. Trades what? Trades. It's like a forecaster, but for what? For currency markets. That's real currency. Your naira, your dollar, your cedis, your rupees, your yen. Real currencies. So But for you to be a forex analyst, there are certain things you need to understand. There are certain things you need to know. There are skills that you need to have an understanding of. The first thing that you have to understand, of course, is introduction to forex trading. What is it? How did it start? And then your core trading concept. Then you have to understand MT4 integration, how you can integrate MT4 and how you can navigate through MT4. You want to be able to understand your candlestick and chart patterns to your Fibonacci levels, your pivot levels, your Elliott waves. You can see there's a lot to know. So it's not go and download one app and start trading. It's a lot more than that. That's the reason why you have people that lose a lot of money and people that make money. Now, note, everyone loses money in forex. Everyone loses money in crypto. But for those that actually make money, it's that you make more profit than losses. That's the goal. Every month, you want to ensure you make more profit than losses, because when you make more profits than losses, it means that you made money. So you have to understand this concept. It's not just going picking up your phone and just buying. Okay, you we are money wise at Kleiniel. We are very money wise, because that's the reason why we started this, to ensure everyone understands the right way to go. So these are all of the skills that you need to know, and of course the tools that you need to understand how to use. You have your MT4, your MT5, your Trading View, your Mexi Global, your Forex Factory, just to name a few. So these are some of the tools that you need to understand, you need to know how to use if you are looking to be a forex analyst. And the way that you should be going ahead to learn the timeline, of course, you have a 2 months of timeline for learning, whereby you have 1 month of learning and 1 month of internship. In 1 month, you understand all of those skills, you have all an understanding of all of the skills, all of those tools, and you have another 1 month in mentorship to ensure that you are able to stand and that you can go ahead and start trading. And then the timelines, the class timelines, from you have classes on Saturdays and Sundays. On Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time, and on Sundays from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. West African time. Okay, so you have classes Saturdays, Sundays, Saturdays, Sundays, for you to get an understanding of all of those tools and for you to be an expert. Okay, an expert forex trader, so you can, like I always say, achieve your goals. So that is for the forex analyst. But what about the sports analyst? Who is a sports analyst? What does a sports analyst do? Just like the forex analyst, the sports crypto analyst. So when I say sports analyst, I'm talking about crypto analyst. That's your cryptocurrencies, okay? Your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, your Solana, your all of those currencies. So you as crypto analyst is like a gold trader. A gold trader. What do gold traders do? Gold traders take a look at the gold market. And when they see that the price of gold is going down, what do? They buy gold. And when the price of gold goes up, then what? They sell gold. Okay, so that is the gold market. So a crypto analyst is just like a gold market, is a gold trader, but for cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies like a Bitcoin, your Ethereum, and your Solana. And all of this is traded in the spot market. In the spot market, trading is 24/7. That means you can trade and buy anytime. But in the forex market, trading begins on Monday and closes on Friday. That means you cannot trade on Saturdays and Sundays. That's the reason why yet it's like, oh, the market opened at this amount. The market, I'm sure if you follow economics news, you'd see things like, oh, the Nigerian stock market opened at this price, or the Nigerian opened at this price. That's your forex. So you can only trade forex Monday to Fridays. But crypto, you can trade crypto Monday to Sundays. Okay, so that's what a sports analyst does. And just like the forex analyst, for you to be a crypto analyst, not just someone that goes ahead and download Binance and starts buying coins and hoping for the best. For you to be a sports analyst, not someone that buys coins, a sports analyst. You can see there's a term. A sports analyst, you have to be able to carry out your market research on price trend, block trade activity. The technical analysis is there as well. Your fundamental analysis is there as well. And of course, very, very important, your risk management. You need to be able to assess market condition to know, okay, so when should I buy? Or when should I sell? Or when should I hold? These are three concepts that you have to understand. Very, very important. Okay, so for the forex analyst, for you to be for the crypto analyst, for you to be a crypto analyst, for you to be a sports analyst, what then do you need to know? What are the skills that you need to understand? The skills you need to understand, you have to have an understanding of your sports trading, of course, introduction to sports trading, your trading on decentralized exchange and trading on centralized exchange. There is a difference between decentralized and centralized. You need to have an understanding of both. And then you move into your staking, how you can stake, your yield finance. So staking is a concept that's fantastic. It's a concept that you can use to earn some income. Is not you don't necessarily need to sell your coin. Your coin can remain, and then that's the coin you've bought, and then you stake, and of course you're getting some income due to the coins that you purchased. But it's not a so technical process. It's something that you that's easy to understand, and something that you can also use in sports. So the way to earn money in crypto is not only by buying and selling coins. That's a lot. So then you also have your yield finance, how you can get your you need to understand your yield finance, your narrative and research. Very, very important. Your risk management in trading, very important. Then you have to understand your trading stocks versus trading crypto. What's the difference, and how you can trade stocks on your traditional market. The tools that that you need to understand to be a spot analyst, tools such as your coin market, your coin gecko, to your dex screener, your Binance, your Xnest, your coin market cap, and also your Bamboo, the Bamboo which you'll be using for your stocks. So you need to have an understanding of all of these tools. And the learning timeline is for 2 months. 2 months. So you get to have 1 month of learning and 1 month of mentorship as well. And of course, class times remain the same, whereby you have classes on Saturdays and Sundays. On Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. West African time, and on Sundays from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. West African time as well. Absolutely amazing, absolutely fantastic. So that's how you can that's what you need to learn. That's what you need to do to be able to succeed, either as a forex analyst or as a crypto analyst. But then, okay, so you've had an understanding, you've seen how the 6-step approach, but how can we position you for success? You might be wondering, because anyone that's looking to get into the space, there's one goal in mind, and that goal is to ensure that you are able to get a passive income stream, that you're able to get an income stream where you that's different from your current 95, so you are able to live over more comfortably. So how can we position you for success, for you to achieve success when it comes to trading either your forex or when it comes to trading your sports? You need to complete the equation. The equation for success when it comes to trading is your TS plus the TPRM. The TS being your what? The TS being your technical skills, and the TPRM being your trading psychology and your risk mastery. So for you to achieve success, you need the TS plus the TPRM. The TS is something that you're going to get, that's for sure. That's understanding all of those concepts we talked about, using staking, the technical analysis, how to work with your MT4, your MT5, how to work with your trading view, your deck screener, all of those things. You're going to get that. But that is not enough for you to actually achieve success. For you to achieve success, in addition to that TS, you also need something else. The other 50%, as we like to call. That's talking about the trading psychology and the risk mastery. And how can we ensure that you build that other 50%, seeing that the first 50% is actually a given? The way you do that is by the additional services we offer, where the first thing you have, of course, in addition to all of your classes, you'd have the one-on-one sessions with experts, whereby you can book for a session. You can book a session. You go to your Google Classroom. You're going to find the link to request to book a session. So once you click on that link, you select a time that the facilitator is free and that you are free as well. And of course, you can book that one-on-one session where you ask the experts about, okay, so this is my situation. This is what I'm looking to do. This is what I'm looking to do. What do you advise? Okay, and of course, we tell you what we think. Yeah, we of course, Kleinial we're not financial advisors. Okay, there are people that are actually financial advisors, but we tell you, okay, this is what we think. This is what works for me. This is what I think you should do. Just give you advice, and of course, the decision rests on you, rests with you at the end of the day. So that's something that so many people lack. They want to have that interaction with these professionals, but you are not able to do that because it's just on Telegram. So you need to be able to build your trading psychology and risk mastery. So that's the reason why you have the one-on-one sessions. And then you have your live trading analysis. Live trading analysis, where on a session you have the facilitators, you have the experts on the call looking to trade. And what they're doing is that they're telling you, okay, this is what I want to do. This is the news I saw. Or today I heard that Trump is going to pause tariffs, and I think this is going to lead to peace in the markets. And I feel this is what we should do. Then you would also tell. So you're not just listening and doing. No, you're also going to speak. Or maybe this is something I saw. Maybe you saw something different from what the facilitator saw. Or I saw in the US that said that why they said we're going to pause tariffs. I saw another news that said that they're going to fall into a recession. So don't you think the recession is going to do this? It's going to do that, and you think about the ideas come together, and then we sorry, the facilitator and of course the participants would then decide on the best course of action. So you are thinking, the facilitator is thinking, if maybe there's an error in the way you're thinking, it's easier for the facilitator to tell you that, oh yeah, so I understand what you're saying, but this is the way you're actually supposed to do it. A place you are sharing ideas, not just that you're looking and clicking on a button, because everyone loses again. But what makes you different from others is you want to ensure you're getting more profits than losses. So that's what we also offer. That's live trading analysis. And then you have navigating financial investment. Navigating financial investment, this helps you. These are sessions where we bring in financial experts to tell you how different investment that you can go into. Of course, we tell you about different investment you can go into, how you can have a balanced portfolio. I mentioned this earlier, how the amount of money you should be looking to put in your savings. For example, a quick tip, and this is just a quick tip. The income, something that you always want to ensure you do is that if you're currently renting, okay, so if you're renting, you want to try as much as possible. I know it might be a bit difficult looking at current economy, but you want to try as much as possible to ensure that that your monthly salary, that 2 months of your salary can cater for your 1 year rent. Okay, you always want to ensure that 2 months, your 2 months salary, so salary for month one and salary for month two, can pay for your 1 month's rent. If that's not the case for you, you want to see how you can strive to do that, either getting something better or moving to a new place. So you can have, order, and it just makes you more comfortable. So you want to have in the portfolio, you want to have, maybe you want to look at 30%, 40% your needs and wants, like I mentioned, and a certain percentage should go into savings. It's very important to save. Please ensure you save. And then you have another percentage that's going into your investment, and then you have another percentage that is going to your retirement account. If you don't have a retirement account, start looking at getting one. Okay, so again, I know it might be a bit difficult looking at current realities, but that's the reason why Kanye was here. So to see how we can help you navigate through all of those things. And then of course the amount of money, maybe you want to put some money into conservative kind of investments, into aggressive kind of investments as well, where you can easily make quick returns, right? So all of that, navigation financial investment, these are sessions I would have to teach you how you can be money wise, because just saving everything in the bank this day and age doesn't cut it. Okay, so yeah, and moving on, we also have the market rundown. The market rundown is, sometimes some weeks you are a bit tired. You've been going to work, you're tired, you've not been able to actually take a look at the market, take a look at the news, character analysis. So the market rundown is a session where we've taken a look at the market for that week, and we tell you, okay, this is what is happening, this is the news, this is what we saw, this is what we saw. So you might want to use that to make some decisions if you're looking to make a quick trade. So the market rundown will tell you everything that's been going in the markets, ups and downs, as you can see. So that's what that also entails. And of course, you having a great alumni community, a community that makes sense. Again, a community that makes sense, not a community that all you're just seeing is a screenshot of Lamborghinis. Oh, I bought this Lamborghini 20 million. If you don't do this, okay. So because there was one ad I saw one other time that the person said, if you don't have a Lamborghini, you're not a man. I'm like, what have those people even saying? Please, let's not listen to that. Okay, those people are just it's just clout. Okay, it's just clout. So there's the right way for you to get into forex, the right way for you to get into crypto, and that is what Kleinel is offering. So this is what will help with that other 50%, and what that other 50%, that is you getting the trading psychology and risk mastery, and of course with your technical skills. That's what we get you success. Now our next squad starts on the 6th of June, just a couple of weeks from now, on the 6th of June. And for you to be a part of the next squad, what you have to do is very, very simple. All you have to do is to go ahead to register. And the registration, for you to register, you can register in either the Forex analysis course or the sports analysis program. At the moment, the amount for registration is 50,000 naira. But if you are part of the discounts, that's the first 20 people to register, you get a 20% off. So you get to pay 40,000 instead. Okay, you get to pay 40,000 instead. And so once you want to make payments, I'm going to send the link. My colleague is also going to be sending the payment link to the chat box. I just send the link now. Once you want to make payments, you just go ahead to click on that link, and it's going to, I'll show you the payments, what it looks like. Okay, so just give me a moment. Okay, yeah. So once you click on that link, once you click on the registration link, it's going to bring you over to the Kleiner registration hub. Now, on the Kleiner registration hub, you can see, you can chat with Kleiner. So maybe you're looking to make payments and you're running into some issues. You can just click on this, and so there's someone on the back end to respond to you to every complaint. Over here, you can get access to our program brochures to understand what you're going to be getting in every program from point A to point Z. What every program is offering, how you're going to benefit, everything. So you want to ensure that you take a look at the program brochure, okay? And then you can see here the discount is currently running. It's just for the first 20 persons to register. Once you're looking to make payments, all you do is scroll down, and over here you're going to see Visit Store. So once you click on Visit Store, it will bring you over to the Kleiner hub. So over here you can see the sports analysis program. This is the crypto program. So this is the crypto analysis program, and over here you can see the Forex program. So let's say you want to register for the sports analyst or the Forex. So I'm just going to use sports as an example. So you click on that, and this would open this up. So the great thing about this is that it doesn't matter your location. If maybe you're in Ghana, maybe wherever you're located, this it is going to take note of your local currency, so you don't need to have to pay with whatever currency. So once you come in here, it's going to take note of your local currency. So all you need to do is you go ahead to click on secure your seat, so you can see the discount is still running. So you insert your name. Okay, so you insert your name, you insert your number, and then you click on proceed. Once you click on proceed, a pop-up would appear asking you for your card details, or if you want to make a transfer, all of that. So once you've been able to make payments, you get a receipt that will be sent to you via email. So and in addition to that receipt, a link would also be sent, a link that contains a link would also be sent, a link that contains the registration form, telling you to click on that link to complete your registration. So once you click on that link, you fill in the form, and then you upload your receipt. And then once we confirm your payments, would send you your program kit. Your program kit contains everything you need to be a part of the program, from links to join the Google Classroom, to join the WhatsApp community, to videos of how you can download the applications that you'll be working with, to also how you can sign up on the applications that you'll be working with. Okay, so your program kit contains everything that you need to start up on the program that will be actually begin on the 6th of June. Okay, on the 6th of June. The discount again is only for the first 20 persons to register, only for the first 20 persons to register. So you want to take a look at how you can be a part of that as much as possible. So that will be it for now. I believe I might have some questions. So if you have any question for me, you can just use the raise hand icon, and I will call on you to ask your question. If not, I guess we can call it a. Okay, so questions. Any question? Okay, so it seems no question. That's fine. So please, in case maybe you have questions later on, feel free to send a message to any of the admins on the WhatsApp community, okay? And of course, a response will be provided. Thank you again for joining in. I'm sure we've been able to understand what crypto really is. That's the truth about crypto. Is it an investment, or is it just hype? So we've been able to take a look at all of that. I had an amazing time, and I'm sure you did as well. Okay, till next time, please ensure you go ahead to register, because something that we tell our kids all the time is something I'm going to tell you as well, and that's this: quick says the clock. Whatever you have to do ensure you do quick. Cheers, everyone.